What up, y'all? Um, so just wanted to do this video for y'all real quick. Cause it's been a couple months now, and I haven't been doing any talk about CM Punk or reacting to everyone's opinion. So if you guys already know about my thoughts on CM Punk situation, you can go check out one of my live streams I did before. I explained the whole thing. I'll give you a brief moment. While I was disappointed there was another fight, I was a bit disappointed about that. Um, but yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. I'm just, even though I'm a bit disappointed, I still love CM Punk to this day. Oh, and by the way, this is the only CM Punk T-shirt I could find. His old GTS T-shirt. I can't find my other good one. I don't know where that is, but whatever. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I probably one of his biggest fans. I'm not gonna say his biggest fan ever, because I know there's a lot more fans out there. But I think I have the right to call myself one of his biggest, because I've been loving CM Punk for years now, and he's just the best in the world. So yeah. So this is by a guy named Suplex. So Suplex, just to let you know, this is not a call out to you. This is not me trying to say that you're wrong, because you can have your opinion you want on CM Punk. I'm just gonna give out my thoughts and what I've heard and all that, and also what I've heard and what I said. Again, all of this stuff don't come from me. They come from different people online who report about this stuff. Just to let you know about that. So yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. Anyways, let's get right into this video. Again, this is by a guy named Suplex, which I like Suplex. I think he's a great YouTuber, a great wrestling channel. So I like this guy. But we may have our disagreements about this whole CM Punk thing. But hey, at least we can all just now talk about it. I'm a changed man a bit. A little bit before, I was angry all the time about people talking trash about my favorite things and all that, but I've calmed down and tried to listen to other people's opinions and then give up my opinion. Now, nobody's in the right or wrong here. Well, not the whole AEW thing, for the whole YouTuber thing. Nobody's in the right or wrong when it comes to having opinions. Everyone's allowed to have... Oh, shit! What the fuck, Cheddar? Oh my gosh, don't do that! Bad, kitty! Bad! Oh my gosh! She just jumped from that thing onto this chair and then freaking just took off. Don't do that! Scared the piss out of me. Oh my gosh! Bad kitty! I am so sorry you guys had to see that. Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me. Like, she just jumped from up there. That's the bird's cage up there. If you guys can see it, that's the bird cage. She was on top of that, and she jumped on this chair that I'm using for the phone to hang on here, because I don't have a desk, and I don't have a good camera. I don't have a PC. I don't have anything to do that. And then she just jumps and takes off. Yeah, bad kitty. Anyways, let's move on. I apologize about that. Oh my gosh. My heart's still beating so fast. I got scared by that. I thought, oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on. What was I saying before that happened? Oh yeah, right. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinions, okay? Let's just get into this video, and we're not gonna freaking get bad about it. I'm just gonna listen to this guy's opinion and all that. So, also this is released. Oh no, so this video was released a few months back, so I may be late to the party, but better to give up my thoughts about this whole thing. So, yeah.
Bruh, CM Punk is fired. I'm not even joking to you. They just fired CM Punk. All Elite Wrestling has terminated the wrestler and employment agreements between Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, in AEW with cause effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, CEO, general manager, and head of creative of AEW. The termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW, All In on Sunday, August 27th. The following investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous decision recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. Tony Khan says, Phil played an important role within AEW, and I thank him for his contributions. The termination of his AEW contracts with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I am making a decision with best interest to AEW, such and such. If you guys want to know what my reaction was, like immediately, because literally me and my friends were in this hotel room, right? We were walking down the hallway, and then one stopped and said, CM Punk got fired. And I'm like, huh? And I started recording. Hold on. Here was the whole thing. Hey, let's go record a video. No fucking way.
There's that long CM Punk shirt.
You know what? I gotta give him credit though. I never thought I'd see the day. I didn't think he was man enough to fire him. I didn't think he would.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. That yes, I have to say, I didn't think Tony Khan was ever man enough to do something like that. But it pisses me off because of something else. It doesn't piss me off because I don't think that CM Punk should be fired. Look, listen, I will agree. It's been 2 fights now, Punk. And this is coming from a big CM Punk fan. I love CM Punk so much. He's probably my favorite wrestler of all time. But this is 2 fights now. It's just like, say if you got into like 2 fights in school, you would have been suspended or expelled. Or say if you did the same thing at your job or my job. If I did the same thing at my job and I got into like multiple fights with my coworkers and all that back in like the break room or just somewhere in I don't know, anywhere in the place. If I get into a fight with either one of them, I would be fired. So that's why, yes, I understand that, yes, CM Punk should be fired for that. It's not good for business to have multiple fights in the same place at the same time. Well, not same time, but yeah, it also pissed me off because Jack Perry was in the fight, and he's suspended, and he did call out CM Punk, so it would be fair to fire Jack Perry as well. In my opinion, if you want to do business right, if you're going to fire CM Punk, you have to fire Jack Perry. It makes it fair. We're not children anymore. What are we, 3-year-olds? Putting favorites over this one dude? Yes, CM Punk has done things that may be controversial, but at the same time, if you think business-wise, Jack Perry should also be fired first. But that's just my opinion, though, so, yeah.
I need some reactions, especially y'all heard my immediate reaction, right? I did not think Tony Khan would do it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
So either, man.
When AEW All Out happened last year and CM Punk went scorched earth on Colt Cabana, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks at Hangman Page, even then, that was worth firing him for. But they kept CM Punk on the roster.
I got 2 things about that. Listen, for me, I'm one of those people who love the media scrum at All Out because it was so entertaining, and it reminded me kind of like the infamous Pipe Bob promo back in WWE when CM Punk released that promo. Because here's the thing, while yes, it is in the reality business world, that is bad to talk about your coworkers and all that. It is bad. Like, it is bad to talk about your boss like that, your coworkers and all that. In the real world, if I did that in my job, when I start talking about my coworkers and all, I would have been fired. But CM Punk comes from a place of privilege because he is the top guy in AEW, or he was the top guy in AEW. He's probably one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. He's one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. So that's why he comes from a place of privilege. I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's in the business world. But listen here. The reason why I think it's so entertaining, because, guys, this is CM Punk. If we're talking the wrestling world, this is CM Punk. We know that he's gonna do this stuff. I mean, do you guys remember the infamous pipe bomb promo? He literally name dropped Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. He called Stephanie McMahon idiotic, called Triple H a doofus, and told Vince McMahon, or said that when Vince McMahon dies, this place would be better and all that. He has said some things in that pipe bomb promo that did get him suspended for a couple days, and then they brought him back. Now you could say that's just for storytelling. No, CM Punk said all that, and it was real. Vince McMahon told CM Punk to get on the mic and say what's real, and that's what CM Punk did. He said what was real, and he said everything that he had to say in that pipe bomb promo. That's what makes a pipe bomb promo the best promo of all time. Fight me on that. So that's why I enjoyed the infamous media scrum. I didn't see a problem with it. Now, yes, he didn't have to name drop Colt Cabana. That's a big thing. He didn't have to name drop him. I was like, okay, you don't have to name drop him, bro. And he name drop Hangman Page, the Elite. Did he name drop MJF? I don't think he did. Well, yeah, he did in a bit. But yeah, while he did call out many of the co-workers and all that of AEW, and he called out many people who work at AEW, many of the wrestlers. Well, he did do that, and it made, again, it's a very controversial thing. But to me, I didn't see it as much of a problem. If we're talking like business-wise, yeah, this is bad. But if we're talking wrestling-wise, then yeah, this is not bad. I think people should just, I think people should come around to the press conference media scrum. I feel like people should come around to that, because it reminds me of this whole CM Punk pipe bomb thing. If you really think about it, it does remind me of that. Pipe bomb. Just gotta do that real quick, but yeah.
He was injured, so they gave him time to recuperate, and then he returned. Since he's returned, he's called out Hangman Page, like I think 2 different times, and then he got into a backstage fight with Jack Perry at AEW All In, which was the biggest show in AEW history. And I don't care what anybody says, right? AEW All In is completely overshadowed by the news that there was a backstage fight during the show between CM Punk and Jack Perry. And even then I said, CM Punk should be fired. This comes from a huge CM Punk fan. I've been a CM Punk fan since like day one, bro. Since the first day he came into WWE in 2007, I was a CM Punk fan. There was something different about him. There was something I respected and I loved about CM Punk. And to this very day, despite everything that happened, if CM Punk comes out, I would still cheer. I would still say, it's clobbers. I would still say all of that to this day. But there is a degree where I have to say he's a scumbag. Like I can't support him.
I don't think CM Punk's a scumbag. I don't support his actions, but I wouldn't call him a scumbag for that. I would just think that. See, I wouldn't just call somebody a scumbag for what they did. It was a mistake. I don't think CM Punk meant for that to happen. I don't think he meant for that to happen. I think he was just going through some things and all that. Like a lot of these wrestlers are. Sometimes they get a little heated in the moment. That's why I don't call him a scumbag for that. Now, again, I'm not trying to defend CM Punk for his actions, because I'm not. CM Punk has done some things that are totally wrong, and I agree. He shouldn't have gotten into multiple fights. He shouldn't have done what he did. He shouldn't have called out Hangman Page multiple times. I agree with that. I agree with this guy so far, but I wouldn't call him a scumbag. I wouldn't call him a scumbag. Honestly, I wouldn't call him a scumbag. But I will agree, I don't support his actions of what he did in AEW backstage. It's kind of a shame that we're right here, though. It's kind of a shame that All In, which is, I agree with this guy, it is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. I wouldn't say it's the best show in AEW, but it was a great show. It was a really, really great show. But it gets overshadowed by the whole backstage fight and all that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, people can call CM Punk what they want. I don't think Punk really cares what people call him, but it's just one of those things. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't call him a scumbag. I would just say he's like I would just say he's controversial. Very, very controversial, and I don't think I could support that. of his actions, but I still love him. I don't support his actions, but I still love him. That's a funny thing with me. I still love CM Punk for what he did. I to this day, I still love CM Punk. I want CM Punk to come back in wrestling. I don't want this to be the end of CM Punk in wrestling, but I know a lot of fans do, but no, I don't want this cannot be the end for CM Punk, which I hope he comes back to WWE, but let's move on from that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess people can call him a scumbag, but for me personally, I wouldn't call him a scumbag, but that's just my opinion.
When it comes to this stuff, even though I feel like I'm a fan of his, I can't support this. So when I see that CM Punk got fired, my immediate reaction wasn't to be upset like y'all saw. Like, I was shocked, but I was like, you know what? Like, he kind of deserved it. Like, you can't go around being...
Listen. Yes, when he got fired, when I heard he got fired, I was upset. I'm still kind of upset. But yes, it breaks my heart to say this, but yes, he kind of did deserve that, because you shouldn't get into multiple fights backstage. You shouldn't have said what you said. You shouldn't have called out Hangman Adam Page and many of the other co-workers all the time. You shouldn't have done that, dude. You should have just kept it cool and all that. But hey, I heard in one of the reports that CM Punk was just joking around when he called out Hangman Adam Page for about the toy aisle thing. Which he probably could have been joking. But at the same time, he did call him. I can't talk. He did call Hangman Adam Page multiple times though. Like, how many times did he call Hangman Adam Page? There's 1, there's 2, there was 3, and there was 4, and then there was 5. Wait, am I counting right? Yeah, the first time they met, the second time afterwards, then the third time when he came back from injury, then the fourth time when he came back at Collision, and then one of the other times. Either way, he called him out multiple times. I can't count in my head right now how many times. It's a lot. He called out Hangman Adam Page multiple times. How many times did Hangman Adam Page call Punk? 1, 2. 2 times. First time Hangman Adam Page called out, I could be wrong, but first time Hangman Adam Page called out CM Punk was literally in the promo. In the promo they did. And then the second time he did it, I believe it was in the interview. I don't remember, but someone's got to correct me on this, because I don't remember. I haven't seen that feud in a while. All I know is that Hangman Adam Page didn't call CM Punk more times than CM Punk called him out. Because CM Punk called out Hangman Adam Page multiple times. And then he also called out the Elite when he first came back, when he said, "Business full of counterfeit bucks." Now listen, I don't like the Elite. I mean, as a talent, I think they're talented. But I don't like the Elite because they're childish, and they freaking just take things too seriously. Like the whole CM Punk, that whole all-out brawl that happened last year. Well, yes, CM Punk was in the wrong. The Elite were also in the wrong, and I blamed them a bit more for that. And here's why I do that: because the Elite are the executive vice presidents of the company. Like, they're the executive vice presidents. They're like his bosses. So they should be more responsible. They should be held more accountable for their actions than CM Punk. CM Punk is just an employee. And yes, CM Punk has done things that are controversial. He has said some things in the press conference. And yes, the whole fight he was in, it was controversial. And I heard that CM Punk landed the first punch, but honestly, I heard that the Elite kicked down the door first, and then CM Punk threw the first punch. So here's the thing. I think that was a whole self-defense thing. I mean, if like that door right there, if somebody kicked down that door, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and let it happen, or get up and just prevent it from happening? CM Punk probably didn't know what to do in that situation, so that's why he threw the first punch. He didn't know what to think. He probably thought that they were going to come in and beat him up. So that's why he threw the first punch, as a self-defense. Again, I'm not saying this because I know it happened, But I'm just saying because I heard those reports multiple times. And I'm just like, okay, I've been hearing this stuff, so I have to talk about that. And it's probably what really did happen. The Elite are more held accountable to me than CM Punk. Don't get me wrong, CM Punk is also in the wrong, but the Elite were more in the wrong, in my opinion, when it comes to the fight. Like, they shouldn't have started a fight. They should have just came back, knocked on the door, asked to talk to him. But they didn't do that. I didn't see many reports that divided this. The Elite had multiple interviews about this, and they didn't talk about it. And then you could see when CM Punk got fired, the Young Bucks were in the ring doing this, raising their arms in the air, and just spinning back and forth, going, woo! Guys, you can tell that they're fucking childish, and then they're just, oh my gosh, this is why I don't like the Elite. At the time, I think the Elite should have been fired because they are more responsible and they should have just stayed with business instead of personal. But they took it personally because they're fucking idiots. Now again, CM Punk is also in the wrong, but I don't think at the time he should have been suspended. But now when he gets into another fight with Jack Perry, yeah, I have to say that he should be fired because this is his second fight now. And he's called out multiple coworkers all the time. I have to say he should be fired because at this point I'm like, okay, CM Punk, I love you and all. I love you and all. You're my favorite wrestler of all time. But I think you're taking this a bit too far. I think you gotta stop that. But he got into another fight. Again, I'm not trying to blame CM Punk mostly because it's not mostly his fault. It's everybody who is involved in the whole CM Punk thing. It just the problem is it just wraps back around to CM Punk. It just wraps back around him. So that's why he mostly got fired, because it just wrapped back around him. But here's the thing though too. Again, as I said before, if you're gonna fire CM Punk, you should at least fire Jack Perry. Jack Perry is also in the wrong here. Now yes, Jack Perry hasn't done anything too bad, but he got into a fight. And if you want to do your business right, for me, if I was in charge, I would have just fired both of them. No question. It's like, at my job, my boss told me, if any one of us gets into a fight, both of y'all are fired. I don't care who threw the first punch. I don't care who started anything. Both of y'all are fired. And I think that's what should happen at every job. Every job, if two employees like fight each other because of what they disagreed on or something like that, or just get into an argument, and then just get into a confrontation after that, they should both be fired. And that's the problem I see with most AEW fans defending Jack Perry more. Jack Perry shouldn't be fired and all that. Jack Perry's defensive and all that. CM Punk should be fired. Guys, come on. You gotta look at it from the business standpoint. You can't tell me that you're gonna defend Jack Perry mostly, because he was also in the wrong too. He called out CM Punk, and he kind of started the fight. Now, CM Punk threw the first punch, sure, but Jack Perry started the fight. Because CM Punk asked him, do we have a problem? Jack Perry said, you know what I said out there, motherfucker. That's a start for a fight. That's why CM Punk threw the first punch and put him in a chokehold. So again, Jack Perry should also be fired. And it's sad too, because I now don't like Jack Perry now, because I think he's just too much. Also, Jack Perry should also be fired for using real glass. Because, and honestly, Tony Khan should lose his job for using real glass. Because I think in the wrestling world, I think even back in WWE, none of the wrestling companies should use real glass. Like, if you think about those sports entertainment, yes, when you come into a wrestling business, you are risking yourself. But are you really going to risk yourself to that level of using real glass in a match? First off, Tony Khan, if you approve of this, which I don't believe you did, because if you really did, you'd be fucking dumb enough to do that. If you did approve of that, you should lose your job. And also, Tony Khan should also lose his job for back then when he kind of forced CM Punk to wrestle Jon Moxley while being injured and not cleared to wrestle yet. And that is a health violation. AEW can get in big trouble for that, and they should have gotten in big trouble for that. Tony Khan should have lost his job there. He should have. And then, yeah, that's a different point. I'll talk about that at another point. I'll talk about that another time. But CM Punk, yes, he should be fired. It's another fight. He shouldn't have gone into another fight. But Jack Perry should also be fired. Again, you got to make it even. You got to make it fair. You can't just put favoritism over the person who has done a lot of wrong and all that. You can't do that. That's not good for business. You have to make it fair. If you're gonna fire CM Punk, you should at least fire Jack Perry. But that's just my opinion. Now, with all that being said, let's continue with the video. I'm sorry for talking too long and ranting. It's not you guys. I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to get my opinion out there. I'm not even mad at Suplex. I'm not even going... So, Suplex, if you're watching this, just know I'm not going off of you. Most of what you said, I understand. But I have to give up my opinion. I have to get people to understand this. Because I see this online all the time. And it's kind of really annoying at this point. But... yeah, I'm not going against anybody. I'm not trying to be against anybody for their opinion. I'm not trying to be against anybody for what they heard. Because we all hear different things online. And honestly, Suplex has heard, from most of his other videos, he's heard a lot more stuff about wrestling than I did. I didn't look into his stuff there. So I could be somewhat wrong about this. But it's what I heard and it's what I believe. So, yeah.
A dick. Calling out people, calling out your coworkers, making a fool of your boss, going to these big shows, and then saying like anything, thinking you could do and say anything without repercussion. People are going to say, oh, but Jack Perry walked up to him, Jack Perry called him out. At the end of the day, this all started with CM Punk. You can say that Jack Perry called out CM Punk was wrong, and he absolutely is wrong, and Jack Perry should be suspended for his actions. I wouldn't go as far as say that Jack Perry should be fired for what happened. You can make the same debate that if Punk got fired, Jack Perry should get fired. You know what? If you want to make that claim, you know what? You can make that claim. I think he should stay suspended. But here's the thing.
And that's your opinion, man. If you think Jack Perry should be suspended, well, good job, man. Because he is suspended. He's not fired. Which still pisses me off because in reality, for the business-wise, again, I'm not going to talk too much now. Because I already talked too much earlier. But, if you want to make it fair, if you're going to fire CM Punk, you should at least fire Jack Perry. That's just my opinion. That's what I would do if I... That's what I would do if I want to make it fair for business-wise. Like, say if, like, The Rock and John Cena got into a backstage fight at WWE... they both should be fired. Or suspended. Or anything. Like, say... like, if they didn't fire CM Punk, if they were going to suspend CM Punk again, then suspend Jack Perry. But if they were going to fire CM Punk, then fire Jack Perry. That's just my point, but whatever.
At the end of the day, Jack Perry took it upon himself to call out CM Punk publicly. Was the wrong move? Absolutely. But who did it first? CM Punk did that first. CM Punk took it upon himself to call out Hangman Page on live television. And what happened to him? Nothing happened to CM Punk when that happened. So you have a man who's 20 years older than you, doing the exact same thing you did, but to you, and now it's a problem. CM Punk's mindset are the same rules that apply to me, don't apply to you, and vice versa. And that's just not how this works. So at the end of the day, CM Punk being fired, like I said, I thought it was the right move to make. He should have been fired a while ago. And I give props to Tony Khan for actually following through with it because I didn't think he would. I give Tony Khan props. I was even more shocked that he fired him today of all, like, he got fired the weekend of AEW All Out. Think about that. AEW All Out in Chicago, Illinois, CM Punk territory. We all know this. Collision is tonight. I didn't buy a ticket, but now I am. CM Punk is from Chicago, and he got fired while AEW is in Chicago. There is going to be a riot tonight. The show. If you thought the show was going to get hijacked beforehand, all hell's about to break loose tonight. And I'm low-key here for the badness. Everybody's talking about the fallout of AEW All In. We got to be talking about the fallout of this. Because what comes of this is going to have major implications for this weekend and wrestling in the future. I know everybody's about to ask me, do you think CM Punk's going to WWE? No, I don't think WWE wants him. I don't even know why WWE would want him after this.
Well, honestly now, you're about to eat your words because Survivor Series, November, Chicago, Illinois, CM Punk territory, and been confirmed, well, not confirmed, been rumors. Shawn Michaels said that CM Punk will be good for WWE NXT, which he's not an NXT star. I don't think CM Punk should go on NXT. But you're about to eat your words, because at this point, for all the rumors I've heard, yes, CM Punk is coming back to WWE. You're about to eat your words. Now again, I'm not trying to go against him right now, but when he said I don't think WWE wants him after this, boom, 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 back in WWE, you're about to eat your words. Just wait till next month. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny to me. But okay. Anyway, sorry.
CM Punk's been fired. I think this is it for him. I don't see him going anywhere else. Who's going to be able to afford him? Who's going to be able to give him the type of pay he was getting here? This is huge. This is really huge, and I did not expect this at all. As a CM Punk fan, it upsets me, but at the end of the day, I'm going to say it again. I can't feel too bad because he deserved it. What do you guys make of all this? Comment down below. Let me know.
Well, I already made a video by now, so yeah. Yeah, I agree. I understand mostly what he was saying. I understand. And there's some points that he said I agree on. That whole WWE thing, that WWE don't want him. Boom, boom, boom. He's coming back, guys. He's coming back. It's not confirmed, but I know he's coming back. With all the rumors I heard and all that, then yeah. And also the teases that WWE did to tease him. Seth Rollins has teased him. Cody Rhodes has teased him. So at this point, yeah, CM Punk's coming back. I mean, if you remember when we thought when there was rumors that CM Punk was gonna be All Elite, Darby Allin teased about CM Punk finding out who's the real best in the world. Then what do you know it? CM Punk returned to pro wrestling and returned to became to AEW, which in my opinion, that return is the best wrestling return of all time. Fight me on that. Fight me on that if you now think The Rock's return's better than CM Punk's return. Which, don't get me wrong, The Rock returning to WWE was great, and I didn't expect that. But when CM Punk returned to pro wrestling after 7 years, that's the best return. It's also so much more emotional, in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is, you know. But this whole CM Punk thing, should he have been fired the first time that he got into a fight or the press conference thing? No, I don't think he should have been fired then. I just think he should have been suspended because, I mean, the press conference thing, there was nothing wrong about that. I mean, except for name dropping Colt Cabana and all that. Now, again, business wise, yes, there's a lot wrong with the press conference. It's not good for business. So if you want to suspend him from that point, then yeah, okay. But then when he got into a fight afterwards, yeah, if you weren't suspended then, now you should be suspended. But when he got into another fight, I hate to say this, but yes, he did deserve to be fired. I mean, this is your second fight now, Punk. Like, was AEW really going to hold him out? And then he comes back, and what, is he going to get to another third fight? Like, so I agree that yes, CM Punk should have been fired. It was the right call to make. We don't want to take any more risks. But now he's coming back to WWE. Also, he got into another fight because, again, there's a lot of coworkers at AEW who are just childish and all that, and they will call out everybody. I mean, hey, then again, CM Punk has called out everybody too, but he was pissed, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not defending anybody, but at least now he's going to WWE. WWE will treat him better. Triple H is a better boss than Tony Khan is. And yeah, WWE is honestly doing way better now, so it'd be interesting when CM Punk comes back to Survivor Series in Chicago, Illinois. That'd be freaking amazing, in my opinion. We'll have to see then. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And Suplex, if you're watching this video, just know I have nothing against you. I think you're a great wrestling YouTuber, and I support you, and I'm subscribed to your channel. I like your content. I just have to give up my opinions about the whole CM Punk thing. I may be reacting to another video of suplexes about CM Punk at some point. I probably won't. I'm not gonna do it today though because I'm tired from all this, and I don't want to do it today. I'll do it at some point though, and I also want to react to one of his Bray Wyatt stuff because I just want to, because Bray Wyatt is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But those videos will be coming soon, along with other content. Just not today. But thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Suplex right here. He's a great YouTuber. He's almost at like 100,000. Yeah, I think he's at 70-something thousand. So he's almost close there. Give him the support, guys, and subscribe to this channel. I know I'm not that popular than he is. I know I'm not the most subscribed, but hey, I mean, good for this guy. At least give my channel a sub, guys. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.